Hey guys, this is Mike, aka Prime. I'm doing another video on basically a tutorial on like how to learn about your computer. So basically, I'm gonna be showing like terms, like something like a task manager, control panel. This video is strictly for people that basically doesn't know how to get around the computer. You're new to the computer world. This is just a tutorial on how to go through things. This is just going to be part one. I just want to see how many views I'm going to get off of it, and then I'll do more advanced ones later down the line. But yeah, this is strictly for like an intro. This is like an intro level of basically a computing. Um, I have a lot of clients that when they get the Windows 10, they don't know how to use it, or like simple terms that people always ask, they don't know how to do that as well. So this is going to be like a tutorial on how to like use your computer for like basically I'm going to do Windows 10 for now. I'm not really worrying about the older operating system because Windows 10 is our future, and a lot of people are going to adapt to this anyway, so might as well just start doing tutorials on this. So basically I'm going to teach people terms, certain little tricks here and there, but this is strictly just an intro video, so I wouldn't recommend people who are more advanced not to watch this, because I'm doing very basic stuff in this video. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start by just labeling certain items on the computer that you might not know or are aware of. So the first thing is on the bottom left here, you have your start menu. Now your start menus is like basically your central place where you can get all your applications and things like that. So if we go down to all apps, all your applications will be here under in your start menu. All right, so let's go back. So these are just quick things, just so you can remember. So first we did the start menu. Be very careful to either take notes or write this down. So this is your start menu. So if anyone asks you, oh, how to get to your start menu, it'll be right here at the bottom. All right. So you have your all apps again. So this is for all your programs. All right. So you have your power button. Your power button is to do sleep, shutdown, and restart. This is very important. Like you should always restart your computer at least once a week if you have it constantly on. A lot of people shut down their computers every day, which is also good. So you get your sleep. Your sleep is basically having it go to sleep. It makes the computer hibernate, but your hard drive it's still spinning, but at a slower pace. So basically, if I put it to sleep, it will keep whatever you have saved, and it'll just make the computer go to sleep. It's good for power saving and things like that. We'll talk about power saving a little bit later on in the video. So, and then shutdown. Shutdown obviously turns off the computer. Restart does a full reboot of the computer. You don't have to press the power button or anything. It just comes back up. If you shut it down, you have to press the power button. Sleep mode, if it goes to sleep, you just use the keyboard or mouse to wake it up. Alright, so those are those features. Settings, we're going to go a little brief with settings. So you have your main components here. You have system, devices, network, internet, personalization, accounts, time and language, ease of access, privacy, update, and security. So let's just go to each one individually pretty quickly. All right. So system. Basically, this is what you do to change like your resolution stuff. So you have dual screens. This is very basic, so we're not going to go into the dual screens. That's if you have two monitors, all right? So notifications. I don't know if you guys noticed, you get a lot of notifications on the right over here. So you can disable it and you can customize your notifications if you want certain apps to have notifications, like if you need updates or it's not working properly. That's what that does. Apps and features. So basically, apps and features. This helps you organize your apps and change, and you can sort them by certain things like size. You can change by like the name, install date. You can go through them, and then you can actually just maneuver and uninstall them from within this apps and features, which is pretty cool. Multitasking. A lot of people are not even using multitasking. That's if you wanted to use it for like multiple desktops. So we're not going to do that because we're doing basic stuff today. Power. Power and sleep. Remember, this is what I was talking about. Like, if you want to go your computer to go to sleep, let's say if you're going to step out for like an hour, you'll change this here, and mine is set to 5 hours. But like a lot of people could put 30 minutes, you could put an hour. You could put whatever one like you prefer. All right. So we have storage here. This storage is pretty important because it lets you know how much storage you have on your computer. Once it gets to a certain storage level, yeah, you want to basically, if it gets close to being where it's supposed to be, like right now, you see like my blue bar, so I'm like 75%. So it's not too critical to start freeing up stuff, but if it gets close to like 90 or 98%, yeah, you want to start deleting stuff. Offline maps, we don't have to worry about that. Everything else, you don't really have to worry about this. Devices, this is if you have any printers or anything, it'll come in here. If you want to add a printer, you'll go to add a printer, like a network printer. Um, any wireless printers that you have. Okay, so connected devices, these will be like your monitor, keyboard, anything. If you have external hard drives, this is where that will be your mouse and touchpad. So since we're just using a wired mouse, there's simple features. You can change, if you're left-handed, you can change the primary button to the other side if you need to. So just these are just like quick little things that you can do there. All right, so we have network and internet. So this is where you'll go if you want to connect to a network. See, mine is Prime Network, so I'll connect it. The only thing is with Wi-Fi, if you have the option to be hardline, you always want to be hardline. Never never use Wi-Fi if you have the option to be Wi-Fi be hardline. Sorry about that. So this is where you'll go to connect you to your Wi-Fi. All right, your data usage. You really don't have to worry about this. This is more for let's say if you have like what Verizon or AT&T gives you, they give you data usage, and that what shows you like how much data you're using. VPN, you don't have to worry about. That's more advanced. Like if you're dealing with servers and stuff, or you can have another workstation you're trying to VPN in for other connections. You don't have to worry about that. Dial-up, who cares about dial-up? No one uses dial-up anymore. All right, Ethernet. So as you can see, I'm connected Ethernet. This is where you'll go. Like let's say if you have any issues with your Ethernet, you have it plugged in and you don't get it that is connected, and your port might be bad or something like that. Proxies, that's more advanced too. You don't have to worry about that for now. So we're just glazing through this real quick. Personalization, this is where you go to change your background. Like you could change the backgrounds if you want. You see how like I could change my backgrounds in here. You can browse. If you have personal pictures, you can go to your pictures and you can select whatever picture you want and make that your background, which is pretty cool. Like some people like to change their background to be whatever they want. Colors. So the colors, you could change the color of your theme. You see how like mine was blue for my start, so I can change it to purple. I can change it to whatever you want. Like this is all good customization to make this computer the way you want it to be. All right. So if we go to the lock screen, like you see, when you open up your computer, turn it on, you can have a different lock screen. Like whatever picture you prefer, it doesn't matter. Or like I said, you can go to browse like before when we're doing your background. You can still do the same thing. Pick a picture and you can make that in your lock screen. All right. So themes. Themes are a little different. Like we have, you can go to like the regular Windows 10 theme, or you can even go old school. Like it can look like Windows XP or something. But yeah, I like the Windows 10 version, so I wouldn't touch that if I were you guys. But hey, everyone has their own preference. All right, so start menu. These are just little things that you can turn off and turn on. Show like used apps, recent apps. If you don't want these, you can disable all of them. All right, so that's it with personalization. Accounts. This is important. A lot of people use the Microsoft account. Now, if you're using their apps, then yes, use the Microsoft account. If not, I would switch over to a local account. Local account is so much better, runs smoother with a local account. But a lot of people are using Microsoft accounts, and like with my clients, I always take them off of Microsoft accounts, because if you forget the password or anything, yeah, you're gonna be screwed. So basically, you'll have to always remember your passwords and stuff like that when you want to download apps and anything like that. So you don't have to have a Microsoft account. If you think you do, this is where you'll go to change it to a local account. And when you do change it to a local account, you don't have to worry about losing your data. It'll just carry your data over. I might make a video on how to change that if you are stuck into a Microsoft account. Just leave comments below if you need help with that. Alright, so sign-in options. So basically, sign-in options, you know how when you go into when you turn on your computer, you can have it automatically log in, or you can have it with a password. Like I have a password on mine, so that's probably why it says change, but yours will probably say create if you don't have a password. Or you could do a pin. Pin is you put 4 digits, like on your phone. You know how you type 4 digits, bam, 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 and then bang, you get in. Alright, so work access. This is more like with a VPN connection again, so we won't have to worry about that. Or if you have a domain and you want to add it to your domain network, you could do that as well. Alright, so this family others, you can make guest accounts, or other, if you want to make a regular administrator account, you'll come here and do, this is where you'll go for that. Sync your settings. Don't worry about this. We're doing basic stuff today, so. Alright, time and language. You could change your time, basically. You could change it to Eastern. I'm on the East Coast, so if you're on the West, you do Pacific and stuff like that. Language, if you're in another country, you can change it to whatever language you want, or if you want to have 2 languages, you could do Spanish and whatever language you prefer. Speech, this helps with like if you're using your microphones, or if you need like let's say if you click on something and you wanted the computer to speak, you could change the language here as well. Alright, so ease of access is pretty cool. You can use like the magnifier, you can use like change the keyboards for sticky keys and stuff like that. A lot of people use it for narrator, so like if you hover over something, it will talk for you, which is pretty good. Privacy, this is a lot of people say like, oh, Microsoft is watching you, so you'll come into your privacies. You can change or turn off your locations, like mine is off. Your cameras, you can turn off microphones. Everything will be done in here. Alright, and then updates, this is where you can go and check for updates, even though it doesn't automatically, which is very annoying, but hey, you can turn off your Windows Defender here if you want. Backups, you can add your flash drive and you can have it use the file history. I like the Windows 7 backup because it does multiple copies, incremental backups, and stuff like that. I don't really like the file history, but that could be discussed in another video. Recovery. This is if you want to reset the computer from fresh, you'll go here. You can save your data and it'll just wipe up all your applications, or you could do it could just wipe off everything. Alright, activation. This is where you'll go if you want to change your license. Like let's say you see I have Pro and maybe I want Ultimate. And you purchase the Ultimate key, you come here and you can change it. Alright, so that's a little bit about settings there. So let's go back to the start menu. Remember, this is your start menu down here. Oh, locked up for me a little bit. Alright, so we went through all apps, we went through power and settings. Now we're going through File Explorer. So File Explorer is basically like, remember in like Windows 7, I don't know, or if you never used Windows 7, this is where you'll go to get your Windows up here. So so this shows you your desktop items, all your desktop items here. If you have document items, you can do your documents right here as well. Everything comes up here. Downloads, music, pictures, videos, they'll all be displayed under File Explorer. So that's they kind of changed it up a little bit, but yeah, this is where you'll go to get all your items that you need. Also, another way to get there quick is if you click this little yellow folder at the bottom, that will take you exactly where we were. Alright, so close that out. Let's go back to the start menu. Remember, this is the start menu. So those are the 4 main components here. So you'll probably have tons of apps here. If you don't like the apps that are here, what you can do is you can right click and unpin from the start. That will remove them, and then you can condense this to be smaller. You can even move them. You drag by holding down the left click on your mouse, and you can drag them up. But if I don't want no, what I'll do is unpin. Alright, and then yeah, all you gotta do is drag these up. Alright, and then also see, these are the most recent viewed things that I use, so they will come up here. So like I use Mozilla all the time. I use the studios because that's what I do for recordings, VLC for videos. So all my stuff that I use will frequently come here. Also, you see my name right here? If you click here, you could sign. Let's say if you have multiple users, this is where you'll go to sign out. or switch users. If you sign out, it'll log off of everything, and basically it won't leave where you left off. If you lock it, it'll go to the main screen, and then you could be able to select the other user if you want to. All right, so that's in there. So we have the start menu. Remember, this is your start menu. If anyone asks you to start menu, so like when you see this screen right here, this is called your desktop. And a lot of people forget like what's they call it the icon screen or whatever, but this is your desktop. So where all the icons are, this is your desktop. All right. So let's say if I had this window open and I want to get, or let's say if I had multiple windows open. So you see I have this open, I have my folders open, right? And I want to make everything go away. If I go down to the right corner here and click it, everything will go away. So something something to consider. I like that feature a lot because it makes all the things that are open, it makes it minimize it. So you just click on it, click on this little thing right here at the bottom, you see, and it can bring it back everything you have open too, or it can minimize everything. All right, so get rid of those. So some desktop items. So you know your recycle bin. This is where if you delete the item, it'll go in your recycle bin. If you right click it, you can empty it, or if you even want to go in to see what's in your recycle bin, I have a bunch of useless crap in here, so you can right click, empty. Yes, I want to empty my recycle bin. So that's a pretty cool thing. I mean, a lot of people like to fill it up, and then you wonder why your storage is like getting filled up because you're not deleting what's in your recycle bin. All right. Another thing, if you right click here, you get a couple of options. So you have your toolbar options. You see your addresses, links, iTunes, stuff like that. You can all customize your toolbar here down here. Or if you want to go to Task Manager, this is a quick way to get to Task Manager. So basically, Task Manager is something that shows what's running in the background all the time. So you see I have my recording software right now that's running in the background. You scroll down, you can see everything that's running in the background. Usually, like in my other videos, I'll show you like if you have viruses that are that you don't recognize, you'll just click on it and bam, you'll delete it. But yeah, Task Manager is pretty good. I advise people who don't know anything about like processes and everything. I will advise you not to touch it because you can delete things and turn off things that you don't want to. Even though like if you try to remove a Windows like task, like if I try to take this off, it won't let me because it's part of Windows. So I wouldn't really play around with this if you're not used to it. But if you are, go by all means take out tasks that you don't want running and everything like that. So this is a good thing to have performance. It shows you how much CPU you're using, how much RAM you're using, like how your hard drive, Ethernet. So I usually go here and monitor these because you don't want these to be at 100%. If they're 100%, your computer is probably going to be locking up on you. So it's something to consider when you look through these. App history. This basically shows like things that's going in the background, but you don't really need to use this. It's pretty dumb what Microsoft put on here. Startup is very important. You can disable all of your startups that you don't want to start up on your computer. Like you don't need like OneDrive, like anything that you don't think that needs to start up. You can go through here and just disable it. All right, so that's your task manager. Very important to remember too. You right click here, task manager brings that up. Or what you can do is you can do Control Shift Exit, and that also will bring up your task manager. All right, so that's another key component. So we discussed so far is your start menu, and if you right click your task manager, and then we also went through a whole bunch of settings and power apps and stuff like that. All right. So another cool thing, what you want to do is if you right click the start button, you see how you get a list of popular things that people use. So you have your programs and features. Program features are basically, this is where you'll go to remove applications. This is Like let's say if you want to remove a program that you don't want to use, you go to programs and features. You also can uninstall updates within here. If you've never done it, don't play around with this. So that's what the programs and features are. So let's right click again, right click the start button, and we can just practice this. Power options. Remember when I was talking about with power options before? If you have a laptop, you can go here and it's not going to be on this side because I have a desktop, but you could change like what happens when you close the lid. You can have it stay on, go to sleep, do whatever you prefer. So I have a power saver. If you right click on here, you can actually change the time when these displays, when your monitor will go to sleep. Like I have it for never, but you could change it to whatever you prefer. And then like the sleep options like before, this is just another way to do that. You could change your sleep options within here. Alright, so let's right click again. Event viewer. That's more for text. I wouldn't really want to tell you guys about this because you get a whole bunch of logs of what your computer does. So you don't have to worry about this. So system is pretty important because this tells you with basically it describes everything you have in your computer. Like say this is my workstation, so it's Windows 10 Pro. It's a Dell. You see, it's an i5, 4 gigs of RAM. It shows your computer name. It shows that you're activated. If you're not activated, it'll prompt you. You probably have a window down here that says, "Hey, I'm not activated." But this is a pretty cool description of a quick, brief description of what you have in your computer and stuff like that. So if anyone asks you like, "Oh, what's your computer name?" You right click, go to system, and it takes you here, and it tells you your processor and your RAM. And it tells you the operating system. If you forgot what your operating system is, you go here and go to you right click, like I said, and then you go to system, and this will show you. All right, so let's close out of that. So let's right click one again. So device manager. So device manager basically shows you all the key drivers and every devices that you have installed. So sometimes like you'll get an exclamation point here where you need to update the driver. What you want to do is you usually right click on it, like you right click and update driver, and then have Windows search for it, and then see I have the best driver for this. If it doesn't, it'll update your drivers for you. So sometimes, like let's say if you wonder why your printer's not working, you'll come in here. Maybe your printer has exclamation points, probably because you don't have drivers. So you want to update that for your drivers. All right. So let's right click again. Network connections. This will show you how many devices you have to connect to the network. So your local area connection is your for Ethernet. All right, and then you have your Wi-Fi, obviously for Wi-Fi connection. Like I said, if you're a desktop and you're close to your router, you always want to be hardline. Hardline is always the best solution. Wi-Fi is horrible. Stay with hardline. Hardline is where you want to be because you always have that steady connection. Wi-Fi fluctuates, like it goes in and out all the time. Hardline is always solid. All right, just a key note to remember about that. All right, so right click. All right, we have computer management. We can skip over that. We can skip over command prompt because this is very basic. And task manager. Remember, task manager is another. This is another way to get to your task manager. So I showed you 3 ways to how to get to your task manager. If anyone asks you, or let's say if you're on like tech support and they want you to get to task manager, there's 3 ways to tell you. Remember, if you right click task manager, or you can do Control Shift and escape. Sorry, Control Shift and escape, and that'll bring up your task manager. Alright, so let's right click again. Control panel. So this is the old school control panel. Remember we went to settings in the beginning of the video. This is a control panel where it gives you your control panel items. You probably, if you're new to computering, you're probably not going to be using these options. But remember when I said you can come here for your backup and restore. Also, too, sorry, when you first open it up, if it was the first time, you'll probably get this one. I like to change my category to large icons to get more, to characterize it the way like it used to be. But yeah, this is where you'll go for certain things. You get all your device managers, you get your device printers, display settings, you get all these all these programs and stuff to help. Basically, this is what optimize your computer, or you can do so many things within here. But like I said, this is just a brief introduction of a tutorial. Alright, so let's go back, right click, File Explorer. We explained that before. This shows all your desktops, documents, and everything that will be stored over here. Alright, if you right click again, you have search, you have run. Alright, and this is another way you can shut down and restart your computer. I explained before what those features are. And then you have desktop. This will take you right to your desktop. If you have any multiple windows open, just click desktop and bring you there. That's the same thing as this thing I showed you before over here. Alright, so that's majority all the features within the start menu and stuff like that. You guys learned certain concepts. So let me teach you a couple more things. Like your time right here at the bottom, if you ever want to change it, you can do in the settings like I showed you before, or you can come down here. If you double click on it, it gives you a little calendar, and then if you want to change, you go to date and time. Like sometimes the time will be off, you'll come here. You should have it set to automatically, because if you chose the correct time zone, it will put the correct time in there. But let's say if you didn't want that and you want to put your own time because you like to be 10 minutes behind or 10 minutes before the actual time, you'll go here, change, and then you can change the time. If you want to go back and change it to 1992, you can come here and change it to 1992 if that is what you prefer. Be careful, because you won't be able to install nothing, and certain things won't work if you go back and if it's not the current time. So just be careful with that. But I'm going to set mine to automatic because I like it to update without me having to go in manually to do it. Alright, so that's over here. This little icon here shows you all your notifications. Like, see how it says check your backup settings, because I don't really do backups on this computer because I really don't care about this computer. So this computer can crash and I don't care. But if you have an important computer, make sure you go in here, you check your notifications. It tells you what needs to be done. Let's say if you had an antivirus and it wasn't updating, or it's not active, this will tell you if it's not active or anything. Alright, and then of course we have our volume button here. You can put it up, down, you can mute it, so you can do all your little volume things right here. And then you have your Ethernet connection. So this is a important symbol, because if it's like that, that means we're connected, which is very cool. Alright, so a lot of people don't always disregard this little arrow. This arrow will show you other apps that are in the background that it's not here. Now let's say if you want to move something on here, all you gotta do is hold it and drag it down, and it'll be right there, or you can drag it up. So this little arrow will show you other applications. Now you might have tons of them, so if you want to decrease that, you can go back into the startup like I showed you earlier in the task manager. Remember, if you right click task manager, you go startup, you can actually lower that amount of icons if you have a whole bunch running. I showed that in my previous videos too, so if you want to go back to those, it's probably more detail. I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so those are basically the basics of your operating system. A little quick introduction. My next video, I probably will show you how to like create users, create little folders and stuff like that. I just wanted to see how everyone feel about like tutorials on the operating system. Alright, so please like and subscribe. This is Prime Tech, aka Mike, or Mike, aka Prime, whatever you prefer. Please leave comments below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.